plan is to talk about psychosis in Freud. Now, when we read Freud's corpus, we see that he never really provided a comprehensive account of psychosis, and he explicitly gives us some reasons in his papers. He says that, first of all, he didn't have such a vast access to cases of psychosis, mostly working in private practice. And also he said that he wasn't sure that psychoanalysis is so useful in the treatment of psychosis. This is a big question that still is left open today. Now, I believe that if we open the work of Freud, we can identify three major perspectives in his approach to psychosis. The one very early on in his career, the late 19th century, in his papers, the Neuro-Psychoses of Defense, and further remarks on the Neurosis-Psychoses of Defense. And there Freud presents the mechanism that he calls rejection, the rejection of reality. A second paradigm, I believe, can be found in the very rich paper Freud wrote about the case of Daniel Schreber, called Psycho-Analytic Notes on an Autobiographical Account of a Case of Paranoia. That's 1911. In his future paper on Narcissism and Introduction, and in his paper Repression. And here Freud presents psychosis in more dynamic terms, in terms of libido, and particularly he presents it as a fixation and regression to the stage of narcissism. We'll talk about this today. Finally, I think you can also identify another paradigm later in Freud's career, in his papers called Neurosis and Psychosis, and The Loss of Reality in Neurosis and Psychosis, both published in 1924. And there Freud speaks of psychosis in terms of the disavowal of reality, and he also provides a certain twist, or we can say he embeds his structural model in his understanding of psychosis. So what I will try and do today is speak to you about these paradigms. Hopefully we'll get to everything. We'll see. I might go on some tangents. This is something that I just like doing. So we'll see if we can make everything on schedule. But we'll start with the first papers and see where it takes us.